Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the channel. This is Dark Valentine 1984, and we're going to be having a little bit of serious time. My buddy and my good childhood friend, Blaze and Trey, had brought to my attention on the KCGO podcast Facebook page of a YouTube user named Yuber, Y-U-B-E-R. He brought a video onto the page explaining the dangers of streaming, and I was at work when he posted this, and I took a look at it on lunch. And when I looked at that, I'm like, wow, this was about to be me years ago on YouTube from the content that I was doing. And it reaffirmed my stance why everything I do on YouTube and now Twitch is nothing more than a hobby to me. I'm not looking and never will be looking for what I do to become a full-time job. I don't ever want to see that. I enjoy the things I do. I enjoy making people smile from seeing all of the Mugen stages that I've created, seeing that I fully support Salty Bet and making tournament stages and whatnot. And I'm also now enjoying the benefits of seeing people smile again from the obscure gaming choices that I make when it comes to streaming on Twitch. I was streaming on YouTube for a while, but I just left that in the dust because YouTube has made too many changes, and I'm not exactly agreeing with these changes. So unfortunately, I have to say no to YouTube streaming for the current point in time, but that is besides the point. What I'm getting at is we're going to talk a little bit about Yuber's situation, and his situation is going to serve as a cautionary tale as towards what happens when you take what you love as a hobby and enjoy doing it for yourself and for others, and it becomes a full-time job. Now, what does this mean for a lot of people? Yes, in order for you to be noticed and whatnot, you got to put in work. However, you shouldn't have to go to the point where it leaves everybody you know, friends, family, loved ones, maybe a significant other, in the dust, trying to improve and make it big, trying to hope and bank on the fact that this is going to get you to the top like a few fortunate other YouTubers and streamers. They were at the right moment, at the right place, at the right time, with the correct content that people were looking for, and therefore it blew up. It went viral. And those guys are making it big. They're getting paid big bucks. And I'm not saying that you shouldn't pursue it. What I'm saying is, be very cautious in that. If you're going to do something of that nature, then make sure it's something that isn't going to suck your life away. Let me give you a little example of what I'm talking about here. I've been on YouTube going on 12 years come this July. I started July 2nd, 2006. That was my very first day on YouTube, and what was my very first video? A Mugen video. That's exactly what it was. Livonia Sky Station was the very first video I released on YouTube. And in the near 12 years, over 3 million channel views, you know how many subscribers I got? Almost 3,000. Probably less than that. Now you're probably saying, well, you've been on YouTube so long, why don't you have more? It's because I'm not interested in gaining more. If you like what I have and you want to subscribe, then by all means go right ahead. If you don't, I'm not going to fret about it. Solely for the fact is that I do what I do as a hobby, and it's because I like doing something to make people smile, but I don't expect to get paid for it. I have an actual job. I have a real job. I have something that's going to pay my bills and my rent and give me the personal necessities and the things I have and need in life. I'm not going to sit there and sacrifice all of that for banking on the fact that what I'm doing as a hobby could potentially get me paid big bucks. The same can be said for streaming. I just recently got back into streaming as of Elder Scrolls Online. And I've been doing a lot of that because I was trying to do the road to Somerset, and now that Somerset's here and I finished it, I can move on to other things. But I'm also making people happy with what I do for a hobby. And that's what I see myself doing. It's all just a hobby to me. I'm not looking towards making some type of monetary value out of the things I do, because I don't have that kind of time. I recently just turned 34 years old here. I mean, I got the rest of my life ahead of me towards what I actually want to do for myself. And what I don't want to do is spend my life in front of the camera or in front of my computer screen doing things like doing live streams and videos in the hopes of making it big. If my stuff goes viral, so be it. That means I found the right thing and was at the right place at the right time. Now, what could that be? I don't know. It's going to be different for everybody. Look at all the other famous streamers and YouTubers out there. They were at the right place at the right time with the right content and found the right audience, and those audiences made them blow up and go completely viral. Some of those names out there have become household names. But we could say that about anything when somebody finds a good product and say, oh man, this is great, works. This person knows what he's talking about. This person's got the right stuff. I think we should go ahead and spread the word about that. That's how anything works. And in the digital age, in the streaming age, YouTube age, it's no different. It really isn't. And it is not worth wasting your life away and throwing it all away in hopes of trying to be up there with the big boys. It's not. The very moment that your hobby, something you love to do in your personal time and just for a few people here and there, or even if you gain a couple of thousand followers or whatnot, becomes like a full-time job, it's no longer fun anymore. And I've done my absolute damnedest to make sure what I've done on YouTube with my City Lights series, the invitation to join Team DV, all the Mugen stuff, the gaming stuff, because I was trying to expand my channel and do much more than just Mugen, even though that's what most people know me for, because that's what people saw the type of content that I was producing on my channel. So of course more people are going to get into that. But content takes time to produce. Streaming takes time and resources that you may or may not have. And to consider that, or even remotely consider that as a full-time job, that's pretty tough. It really is. It's not like you have a whole production team on hand to help you and assist you with this and you pay them. You're doing all this solo. The mental and physical exhaustion when it comes to editing and streaming and all that is no different than people trying to make beats or make music or doing anything else that they set their heart and desires to do. It is mentally exhausting. And I have felt that same amount of exhaustion on a lot of things. Hence why I'm running out of ideas for the City Lights series, and I want to go ahead and make sure that I just end it on a high note before I say, screw it, I'm not doing any more with it. Hence why it's taking so long. But you can't rush greatness. But that's all being done for fun, as a hobby. And that's the point I'm trying to get across. Everybody should learn from Yuber, as I will put the video link in the description below, and use it as a cautionary tale, because it's just seeing and hearing the explanation and actually seeing this man cry, that hurts, because I was almost just like him. It just hearing his confession has told me a lot about myself and why I did not go down that road. And I'm glad I didn't go down that road, because again, I don't see myself doing what I do for fun as a long-term solution. It's just a long-term hobby. And everybody enjoys what they do on their own terms and whatever they want to do. It's just the fact that it's not worth wasting your life. There's far, far better things to do than throw your whole life away over banking on something that may or may not even work out. which has worked for the very lucky few that made it work, but they put in the work. And sometimes, like he said, putting in the work sometimes just ain't enough. Sometimes you don't gain that fan base, that user base, that viral sensation that everyone else has come accustomed to seeing all the time. Sometimes it's just not worth pushing yourself to that limit. And what I'm trying to say is, if it's going to be a hobby, it needs to stay one. Don't do what Yuber has done. Don't ruin your life over it. Because again, when I had to look at the video twice. I was about to be the same thing, and I said, no, I'm going to continue doing what I do as a hobby because I love what I do. I'm not going to seek monetary value from it. If I make money, fine. If not, so be it. It doesn't matter to me. I have a primary job, and I'm not going to give that up over the fact that I could be internet famous. I'm not looking to be internet famous. I'm doing the same things that everyone else is doing, just for the hell of it and because we can. So with that being said, this is Dark Valentine 1984. Sign out. Have a good one.